Sports challenge the minds and the hearts of all who love them. Whether you are on the field playing for a title or a dedicated fan on the edge of their seats, having waited years for the moment of triumph that has yet to arrive. Baseball and softball are a game of failure. The best hitters of all time living in the Baseball Hall of Fame had a batting average around 366, and in Ty Cobb's case, his lifetime success rate was around 42%. And he was the best hitter to ever play the game, even though Mr. Padre will always be number one in my heart. A game consistent with failure can create a deep faith in others and themselves. And as said in the great baseball film Bull Durham, the game is 90% above the neck, and the game always knows. As a Division I softball player, one of the hardest things to come to terms with is actually how much failure is in the game. And having faith in someone other than myself helps me grow through the failure and the hardships to in turn be successful. Now, similar to the monks, softball and baseball players have a sacred place. Sacred places are incredibly monumental in every religion, and in baseball and softball, the diamond is our sacred place. The diamond is where our best, worst, saddest, and happiest moments for most of our lives have taken place. We miss Sundays in church because we have games, and after a while, the dirt becomes the church. The game always knows, and between those white lines, we are safe to practice what makes our hearts feel full and our drive to be better soar. Again, in comparison to the monks who practice deep practice, it is also so crucial for baseball and softball players to use deep practice. In a game with an incredibly high failure rate, deep practice helps players to grow internally through hardships and to be able to handle the failure that is inevitable to come in a game like baseball. The act of competing in baseball or softball is relying on muscle memory and faith in what you have put into the game and that someone else already has a plan for the outcome of that game. The ability to have a mental perseverance to be stronger than the failure is so important, and in times of strife and failure, people tend to search for answers from a higher power or an all-knowing figure that will guide them through. Now, as athletes, there is a difference between religion and sports as religion. Finding the balance to be competitive and to give 100% to your sport while not losing yourself and your beliefs is hard to do. Sports are a thing of the world, and finding your identity in them is laying the foundation for your identity and your sense of self on shifting sand. Having a strong sense of living where your feet are, and allowing yourself to feel that spiritual connection between your sport and you helps you to find the religion in sports and give your heart to the game.